Hey, what's up guys? I'm starting a journey to Hong Kong Beer Company. We're gonna see a beautiful brewery tour, one of the best breweries in Hong Kong, and I'm starting a journey from my jungle house. And yeah, today's T3, right now is T3. It's gonna rain for sure, but we're still gonna make it happen. Yeah! I started my journey from the beautiful village of Mui Wo, located on Lantau Island, a place known for its golden beaches, scenic hiking trails, and relaxed island vibe. For those who haven't been here, Hong Kong is a special administrative region with two main languages, Cantonese and English. It is a city built across 260 islands and home to more than 7,000 skyscrapers, an incredible contrast between nature and urban life. From Mui Wo, I hopped on a ferry and made my way to the MTR and began my journey at Central Station, heading over to Kwun Tong. I think I almost made it, and it started raining. Look at this place. I've been told I need to go through the park, so I have a special place in my heart for Hong Kong Beer Company. I worked there for 3 amazing years, back when the brewery was located in Chai Wan, on the east side of Hong Kong Island. We had an incredible team, passionate, creative, and truly dedicated to the craft. Together we brewed award-winning beers and became the first brewery in Hong Kong to take home a World Beer Cup award. One of our proudest creations was Betsy Beer, made exclusively for Cathay Pacific, a beer designed to taste great at 30,000 feet. This year, Hong Kong Beer Company celebrates its 30th anniversary. 3 decades of craftsmanship, innovation, and flavor. The beers continue to set the standards in Hong Kong craft beer scene, from crisp lagers to beautiful balanced IPAs. Always brewed with pride and a spirit that represents the city itself. Let's jump into the heart of the operation, the equipment that makes it all happen. Hong Kong Beer Company has 25 hectoliter 4-vessel brewhouse, the heart of the entire operation. From mash-in to kettle, every batch starts right here. Line up next the fermentation vessels. They've got 6 large 50 hectoliter tanks and 4 mid-sized 25 hectoliter tanks. Those handles the core beers brewed and fermented with precision. For the small batch and limited release project, they've got 6 more fermenters, each around 10 to 12 hectoliters. That's where the team experiments, trying new yeast strains, hops, and recipes. Once fermentation done, the beer moves into the bright tanks. 2 50 hectoliters and 1 25 and pair of small 10 hectoliters units. This is where the beer is clarified, carbonated, and conditioned, ready for packaging. The brewery also features a high-capacity centrifuge for clarification and a flash pasteurizer for shelf stability. There is a deaerated water skid for precise mixing and dilution control, ensures every pour is consistent. And to finish it all off, a full-scale packaging line that handles both cans and bottles. From the grain to the grass, everything happens in the house, built for quality, creativity, and control. We have Philip Brinkmore, a head brewer of Hong Kong Beer Company. Thank you, Philip, for making this happen. I was looking forward to actually come in and make all these videos and stuff. Yeah, beautiful brewery. Tell us, when did you join the company and how hard it was to move the facility from old place to here?
Well, I joined the company in 2019, so almost 6 years ago now. It'll be 6 years next month. When I joined the company, actually, Mike King was the head brewer at the time,
right,
actually.
yeah.
I think you spoke to Mike King recently for your podcast. And they were making some really great beer. I think production was growing, and then I was really excited to join Hong Kong Beer Co. because they were really like they were excited about like the things that they were going to do in the future. We talked about like sort of maybe upgrading some equipment at the brewery, and because the brewery the equipment was like 25 years old and it was really good equipment. It was making really good beer, but we were sort of at capacity. We needed maybe a centrifuge to be able to like reduce tank time, or maybe a more automated brew house to be able to brew more times in a day. And so I joined with that sort of like motivation to like do some really cool things, and then just after I joined, it was COVID, and then for I think a lot of breweries in the world, like that was really a time when they sort of reassessed like what they could do, or maybe pivot to sort of online or like canning, and so we sort of, rather than do like a few little changes during COVID, we basically rebuilt the entire brewery during COVID. So we replaced like a lot. We got like all the equipment we needed. We got a canning line because we were only bottling at the time, and then so we rebuilt the place pretty much from the ground up. We kept like a few equipment that maybe you had worked on. We kept the bottling machine, which is really the oldest piece of equipment we have now. But it's really good German bottling line. So that was good, and we thought like that would get us through the next like 5-10 years to. We got out of COVID, and everything seemed to be looking great. But then had to move. The space we had was a rented space, and so it was sold to another company, an electric car company, and
the shop right next to it.
Well, so the shop right next to it was at a car repair place, but both places were sold to a Chinese electric car company who wanted to build their sort of showroom and repair center there. So when they bought the place, they wanted to move in. So they were like, "Oh, you have to leave." So that was really a big shock for us, because we had obviously invested heavily and both in sort of financially, but like in time and effort and planning and all of these things. So we sort of were on the clock to sort of find a new home, and so that's when we sort of looked all around Hong Kong. We sort of thought, maybe we want to stay on the island. Maybe we were really not sure. There's not that many industrial areas left in Hong Kong, especially in places where people would visit, or like close to the sort of like where people live. We looked at Fotang. We looked at Kwai Chung, we looked at Apalachow. There's some industrial area there, because obviously we're a brewery, right? So it's still, even though it's a sort of, it's still an industrial operation, right? Like you still need to have like high ceilings, and you still need to have steam boilers, and you still need to have like, deliveries and pickups. So it's really hard to just build one in the middle of like, central.
What's your best beer related superpower?
I want to have a superpower that, like, finish all the packaging, in a second, or like in a very short time. Because, so usually we packaging the beer like over 100 or 300 cases in a day. So it takes like 3 to 4 hours to finish that. So if I can have a superpower, like if I can make it like this, then all finish is being good for me. I hope so.
Yeah, I like your answer. That's good. It's good.
It takes me the same amount of time to drink any beer, whether it's a 12 or 14% beer or a 2% beer. I will consume it in the exact same amount of time.
I'm like a machine in the brewery. Like packaging or anything that's you gotta like repetitively done. I'm like a machine. I can do like 2.5 people's job, just packaging, like things like packaging.
So yeah, we found this place in Kwun Tong, and after a sort of extensive search, but a very fast. Like I was going to like different parts of Hong Kong every single day, looking at property, and it was crazy. It was like that was around like sort of January, February this last year, and then we found this place in Kwun Tong, which is where we are now. It was a beautiful, just empty space. It had this mezzanine floor here. It had sort of some offices up here as well, but it didn't look anything like it does now. But it was this very bare warehouse. It had the right sort of ceiling height for us, so that was a big plus. And we sort of imagined that we could make this place really beautiful, and we sort of wondered whether we could do something where we could sell beer to the public, and we wondered whether we could have a space where we could entertain like our customers, and so that was sort of like what we imagined the space could be, and so we went ahead and purchased it, and then moved the brewery over here. All of it happened in like the space of about 4 months. So we shut down production in August in August 2024. That was our last beer was packaged in August 2024, and our first beer was packaged here in November 2024. So it's a big space. It's much bigger than we had in the past.
Oh yeah.
And everything fit in. We were able to upgrade a few equipment. I pointed out to you earlier. We were able to add a whirlpool to our brew house, get some automated CIP to make cleaning a little easier, and some new water filtration, some extra tanks. But otherwise, it's pretty much a move from one place to the other. So
yeah. Well, it is a beautiful place. It's a lot of challenge for sure, and it's amazing that you guys done it in such a short time, and everything is like up and running, and you keep producing amazing beers.
Yeah.
Keep enjoying it.
You're drinking the Helles, right?
Yes, I'm drinking the Helles.
I'm also drinking the Helles, actually. So.
Cheers.
Different glasses, but these are just ones
okay.
I fish out of the cupboard. It's nice to have everything here. At the last place we had like the lab, which is, you can't see it, but it's over there.
It. Yeah, I filmed it, so it's so good.
So, we had the lab. It's really nice because Mariana used to be on the sort of third floor of the building next door, and sort of our malt storage was on like the 12th floor, and our cold room was on the 3rd floor, and so we were really spread across sort of two different buildings and several different floors at the last in Taiwan, and this allowed us to really bring everyone together. Our office was in a different building, so it's really allowed us to bring our sort of logistics team, our sales team, all into the one space, and that's really nice for just to have your colleagues like all working together, have people feel connected to the brewery and the production.
For sure.
So it's really nice having Mariana, like obviously the lab here, and being able to sort of see when beer is being packaged, and run down and grab her samples and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's been such an improvement to move here and to have it all done, and every despite any hard work that it might have been and long hours and whatnot, it's really worth it to be able to not only have everyone together, but to really like experiment with all the new beers that we were able to make that we couldn't make before, with the new smaller tanks that we got, and the more space and the bigger capacity. So we've really been able to do some really cool stuff, and everything has been worth it. So I'm really, you sort of make the best of a bad situation, but it's even beyond that. I think it's just everything has been very, very positive. Like at the time you think, oh no, what are we going to do? But I think like everything now is like the best it's ever been. So I'm very, very pleased with how it all turned out, and what we're getting up to now. So
no.
Yeah.
I also agree with that. I think you guys pulled it off pretty great, and it's like the tanks are bigger size now, everything in place.
Bigger and smaller, actually. So we got extra big tanks, but we also got extra small tanks because a lot of the seasonal stuff we do,
right.
it allows us to be more experimental when you have smaller tanks. So we'll do in the big tanks, we'll do mostly our core beer, and like Big Red Bay and Dragon's Back, Peak Pilsner. But then in the smaller tanks, all of these beers that you maybe are trying, like seeing come out like every month or every 2 weeks or so, they're always brewed in the small batch sizes. So having bigger tanks is great, you can make more beer, but having smaller tanks is great because you can make more types of beer and not have it get, have it stay fresh.
Yeah,
and that sort of thing.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Well, in my opinion, you guys are definitely the high standard now, the best brewery in Hong Kong. Like I'm not like this is. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think that's what it is, because everything is great. This looks amazing. It's just every single beer that I've had in town is always the best. And
I think the standard of beer in Hong Kong is very high, and I think there's a lot of good beer in Hong Kong. I think we just challenge ourselves to make sure that every beer that we send out to the customers is the best version that it can be. We're constantly improving our beer. We analyze every beer. We always think about what we could do different and what we can make better. But we are very, very pleased with the beer that we send out. We've got a lot of really good brewers on the really good colleagues in general. But I think the brew team is just phenomenal. We've had a lot of input from them in order to sort of make like a lot of like new recipes and new ideas.
Who is here at Hong Kong Beer Company is most likely to give a relationship advice after 2 pints of beer?
Ooh, relationship advice. Our storage guy, Waiko, he's an older gentleman. It's just funny. I don't know if it's the best advice, but it will be funny and insightful wisdom.
Phil.
Maybe Sam. I think Sam. So Sam is on our logistics team, but Sam started on our brew team and is now and then did sales. Oh, he's right there.
Maybe Matt?
I think it's just a team effort, and I think it's a sort of pride in what we do, and it all comes together at the end, and then obviously the quality control that we have and the lab and all that.
Yeah.
We really just make sure that people will have different tastes and people will have different preferences for beer, but we just make sure that we're very happy with all of the beer that we send out. We do have a good drainage, so
The drainings,
yeah.
like I looked at it, it's beautiful. I remember
It's all right,
the old draining was shit.
Yeah, the other brewery, it was so crazy. I mean, that was like the floor, because it was very old, right? Because the old space, it was originally a sushi factory, right?
Oh, was it?
So before the brewery moved in, it was a sushi factory. So because it already had a tiled floor, it was already a food factory, so it already had like tiles on the walls, because there's lots of rules in Hong Kong to make a food factory, right? Which is great. I mean, it keeps everything clean, like, don't get me wrong. FEHD, if you're listening, I love it, we love it. But so it was a food factory, so a lot of the stuff just stayed the same, right? So it moved to brewery in, but then like obviously the brewery is much heavier, you're driving like trucks on it and whatnot, and then like tiles would crack, and then so there'd be like new sections of like concrete or new sections of different colored tile, or like it was just like the floor was the most like mismatched like collage of like different periods of time. I mean, it was a cool space, and I mean, we really got our use out of it, don't get me wrong, but I mean, what was it like to work at Hong Kong Beer Co. Back, because it was before you worked at Hong Kong Beer Co. before I worked at Hong Kong Beer Co.
Right, yeah.
A little bit.
It was fun. I liked it because it was like a bigger size. Before that, I used to work at the smaller brewery, and I was assistant brewer, so it was another role for me. I became a brewer, so I been taught how to use the system, and it was 2 vessel, the old system. Obviously, you worked on it. It was fun. I mean, I was the strongest that I've been in.
I
was like,
I can understand that. It was so crazy because you would have to it was so funny because when I first started looking into the numbers of the brewery, the brews, I was noticing some efficiency differences in sort of the same beer, and I'm like, like consistency is really important for beer, right? So we always look at like, a few percent efficiency here and there is not going to make the beer any worse. It's going to really just sort of get less beer out of it at the end. But so I was looking at the numbers when I sort of came in, and there was like a few brews under the that I had to look at, that I was sort of overseeing, and I would notice these efficiency differences, and I went back to look, and one of our brewers, Shungman, is like 6 feet tall, right? I mean, is he 6 foot? I mean, he's at least like
tall,
5'10", right?
He's tall.
5'11". And then Sam is like 5'4" or something. Or how to sell Sam? I don't know. Like he's not that tall, right? And so, but the brew house was very manual, and we had the plow. We would use the plow to sort of just move in and dish it. So every beer that Sam did was like 3% efficiency lower than every beer that Shungman did. It's because he couldn't reach the back end of the thing, and so you wouldn't get this mixing, and you sort of end up with like some dry. I don't know, like with the mechanism of it. I didn't overanalyze it, but it was so funny because it was really this manual sort of like, you'd really have to get in there. I'd like I'd hit my knuckles on the top. Like you'd go in there a couple of times, you'd come out, you'd hit your knuckles, and it was such a crazy. I mean, that was why one of the first things I wanted to do was like upgrade the brew house. I mean, it was a great brewery to brew on, but it was very manual, very tough.
Manual, Which beer would you choose to take with you if you get stranded on deserted island? Like
Guinness.
Hey, 100% hey. It's rich, flavorful, and probably has a lot of calories. So it would keep me going for like quite some time. But also keep me drunk because it's like 8%. So
Let's say just go with double.
Honestly, I'll still pick Dragon's Back.
Maybe Big, then because high the alcohol, then can stay longer. And, yeah.
how many people work right now for Hong Kong Beer Company? You guys quite experienced, right?
Without counting on my fingers, I would say 20. I think I don't know exactly, but I think it's about 20.
Nice.
But that includes, so we're about 10 brewers, or people in production. I think not including myself. I think maybe 11 including myself. And then some sales and logistics. And that's pretty much the team. So yeah, it's grown. I think when I joined, it was 3 brewers and 2 people in sort of admin and logistics and all of the other things.
It was not that many.
And 2 of them are still, 2 of the brewers are still here. So Sam is still here and Shungwan is still here. So and Carolyn is still here. I mean, a lot of the people I mean, it's only 6 years ago, but I think Shungwan's been here for like.
Well,
it was a long time. Like I don't know.
He's been here before I actually joined the company. Exactly. So it was like long ago when I joined the company, 2016.
So more than 10 years. We got some. So these are ones we just filled. These are 2026 MyPo, and these are the ones we're about to empty in like 2 months' time. These are 2025 MyPo. So these ones here, we have some like there's a lot of different like barrels here. So these are cognac barrels. So the larger ones are cognac barrels. Yeah. But they're and then the bourbon barrels. We got a port barrel somewhere. I don't know, like these are the 31st anniversary barrels. These ones and these ones. So these are fresh Chardonnay barrels, and these are the 30th anniversary saison, which you might have had earlier downstairs. I don't know if you tried it out. But these are refilled there. So we got fresh Chardonnay for next year. And we got the barrels, which these started as fresh Chardonnay barrels for the 27th anniversary beer, and then we've been refilling them ever since. But obviously they lose the barrel character, but they still have a lot of like whatever you put inside them character. But since they were losing the Chardonnay character, we just had to get fresh Chardonnay barrels, and then these are the refilled last year. So next year we'll have 2 different types of 31st anniversary beer. One in fresh Chardonnay barrels and the other one in refilled barrels. So these ones have some Brett pitched into them, and these ones don't have anything pitched into them. So these will come out with a lot of the Chardonnay character themselves because they're freshly empty barrels that we got shipped over. And then these ones will have like the bacteria will sort of define the flavor. So we pitched some really nice Brett into these. Actually, pH1 that I was telling you the story about. Would be if I can read it. Is actually this one here, but it doesn't matter. It's not important, but it's hidden away. But it's that one there, and that had like this really nice character. When we emptied it this year, my favorite barrel was like this one here, and then I was like, I named that barrel because I was like, this barrel I have to know, like
remember where it went.
Yeah, so it had because when you refill them, right, you're getting all the bacteria from the barrel previously, and then also whatever you pitch into.
Do you mean maple syrup barrels?
We don't have maple syrup barrels. We don't have tequila barrels. We do have a rum barrel this year for the first time, so that'll be amazing.
Massive thanks to Philip Brinkmore and the whole team for being so open and letting me film around the brewery. They were super welcoming and really generous with the time, and you can tell how much love they put into every brew. If you're enjoying this episode, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and follow along as I keep exploring craft beer scene across Asia. I appreciate the support. Cheers, and see you next time.
No, but I've definitely seen people drink the beer they're packaging before packaging it. They don't talk to it, they drink it. Like, this is good, let's package it. Wait, hold up, let me pour one more.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes, I'm virgin.